Bulletcast for life.
Get up, this is a revolution. This is our time to rise. Look deep within your mind, look deep into the hate in my eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we made it. Episode 150. That high energy's coming through. I know, you have to love it. It's a milestone. A lot of TV shows don't even hit 150 episodes, but your boys did. Ladies and gentlemen, you know the name, you know the voice, you know exactly why I'm here. Just in case if you don't, I am a 23-year-old piece of gold, the Messiah of the microphone, the greatest sports and recreational podcaster in the world today, the Pod Father. And why am I here? The same reason I've been here for 150 weeks, or 149, however you want to really technically look at it. I'm here to lead the evolution in this audio revolution. Even though I'm no longer Le Champion, I'm still the king of this game. A lot of other people are coming out here with podcasts. They're trying to take my throne away from me. But you know who's not trying to take my throne? He's my tag team partner. The Jimmy to my J, the Tully to my R, and the Stevie Ray to my Booker T. He is the current reigning, defending Le Champion of this show. The award-winning creator of curveballs and chair shots and under the radar. BT, the Canadian Destroyer, Brandon Tanguma. How you doing there, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. In the swing of the holiday season, the school semester is coming to a close. Just can't wait. Fun times.
You can't, man. Did you ever think we'd hit 150, bro? Huh? Did you?
I had faith the whole way.
Did you really? I hit you up, what was it, about 153 weeks ago. I was like, hey, man, I'm doing a podcast. Do you want to join? You said yes, and look where we are now,
I think it'd be like 149 because I was on episode 2, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it's just something of the fact. I hit you up a couple weeks before your boy actually really started doing this. But yeah, man, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for sticking by me, sticking with this show for all these years, these weeks, these episodes, You're a core part of the BC, man.
Stop it, you're going to make me cry.
Oh, man, I know. We don't really get real on this show. But we just got real, and we're in our feels right now. It's kind of interesting. All right, we're gonna talk pro wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. As we kick it off with the SmackDown recap, the Firefly Funhouse. We got Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend, but really just Funhouse Mr. Rogers, Pee Wee Herman Bray. I'm not gonna say Pee Wee Herman because Pee Wee was pretty sus. But he's just playing games with the Miz. Showing pictures of Miz's family, and then Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt got physical, hit Miz with a Sister Abigail in a dark red lit room. And so, spoiler alert for TLC, it's non-title, but we're getting the Miz versus Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt. Brandon, how do you feel about that?
I'm interested to see what they do. I think the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, it's difficult for people I think one of the reasons why it's so difficult for people to boo him is because you have Firefly Funhouse Bray, who's like the, ultra baby face. And yes, he might be a little weird and he has like his tendencies, but the other side of your top heel in the company is like one of the top baby faces in the company as well. So I think that's one of the reasons why the Fiend is kind of hard to really, get boos. And so now that they're having Sweater Bray be a whatchamacallit, I don't know, he's not like as sinister as the Fiend is, but he's getting there, and it's going to be interesting to see what exactly the crowd reception is going to be in Minnesota. But I guess for a local spot, they said that it's going to be the Fiend versus the Miz, so I don't know if that's just a mess up on the marketing team or if it's actually going to be that way. Who knows?
Yeah, man, this is where Daniel Bryan's going to make his return. We're going to see the new Daniel Bryan, ladies and gentlemen. Could he be just clean-shaven, bald, clean-shaven? Could he be just kind of bald but still have that beard? I don't know what's going to happen. But we will see Daniel Bryan. My boy Sam Roberts, I don't know if you guys have heard of him. I think I've mentioned him once or twice on this show. He had the idea of a Fiend appearing on the stage there while Miz is wrestling Bray, and Miz is like, what the hell is going on here? And then Funhouse Bray hits a Sister Abigail in 1, 2, 3. That's an interesting thought. I don't know how you're going to make it happen. CGI probably, but that's a cool thought.
I mean, I could see them just straight up beating the Miz because it's the Miz. You don't really need him to get protected like that. You could get Dana Bryan involved. It is a non-title. I don't know if you want regular Bray Wyatt to lose, but I do see some sort of shenanigans taking place because if Dana Bryan's not there on Friday, I assume he'll be there on Sunday.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know, man. I don't know. And Bray wearing jeans, I'm not a fan. I think my boy needs to wear khakis. I don't. It's just like a little wardrobe tip. That's all I'm saying. Because Mr. Rogers, he wore his khakis, so just wear your khakis. Take off your penny loafers, put on your sneakers. I don't know what you're gonna do, man, but yeah. That's all I have to say about that. This just got pretty weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Revival, they're chasing the tag titles yet again. The New Day, who we're going to talk about in our Outside of the Ring segment, they are set to defend their tag titles against Dawson and Dash at TLC this coming Sunday. The Revival, who they beat Heavy Machinery, Ollie and Shorty G, because apparently they're a tag team now. And
because they're short.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Shorty G. Jesus Christ. How are we ever going to let that one go, I don't think I ever will.
His name is Chad Gable.
Yeah. Yeah, his name is Chad Gable on this show. I mean, look, the guy's a badass wrestler. Just let him... Like, what he was doing in 205 Live in that little brief period of time with Jack Gallagher, that was good-ish. Just let him go out there and wrestle, man. Just let him do that.
But that would be too difficult. Everyone needs a gimmick.
Look, can I have the book for one of these shows? Like, Vince, P.S. Hayes, I don't know who's listening. Give me the book. Give me the book for one night. That's all I need, is one night. Turn it all around. That's all I'm saying.
They'll give you the Christmas episode where nobody's watching.
Watch that be the best episode of the year besides the NXT invasion. Isn't it sad how the best episode of SmackDown in this Fox era is the NXT invasion since their entire roster was stuck in Saudi Arabia? Wow. It just goes to show what's happening on Wednesday nights. But yeah, what are your thoughts on the Revival and New Day going at it one more time for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships?
We've seen it so many times. It's kind of hard for me to get super duper excited for it. The match itself at TLC should be good. I mean, I don't know exactly what else to say. We've seen this so many times. I don't know how many different ways. It's almost like the New Day and the Usos. It's like we've been here before.
We have been here before, but hey, New Day Usos, where the hell are the Usos, by the way? I need to see my boys again. New Day Usos, that Hell in the Cell match, that was flames. That was cool. I mean, there are times where guys can just get in there and wrestle each other all the time, and it's always good. I remember Kofi and Dolph Ziggler, it felt like they wrestled each other every week for 2 years, but it was always good. They had different finishes. It was always exciting. This is going to be a good match, and we'll get into our predictions for that once we hit the TLC predictions. All right, Lacey Evans, Bayley, and Sasha Banks have a promo segment together. What's that little new intro on Sasha's music? I like it, Brandon.
It's good. I think it has a little Snoop Dogg thrown in there. I think it's a little more heelish. It's not as sing-songy as the... it still has the old version of the theme song, but it's a little different.
It is a little different. Hey, by the way, that is a sing-songy version. One of my favorites that CFO ever did, bro. Legit one of my favorites. Sorry, people. I'm I always have to snack on this show. Get that nutrients in. These sea salt kettle chips are quite tasty. But the promo segment, it was fine. It really was. Why is Sasha always Bayley's backup buddy? Sasha came back hot as hell. The blue hair. She's the blueprint now. Yet she's not.
Shout out Matt Morgan.
Yeah, shout out Matt Morgan, mayor of oh god, I forgot the city in Florida, but you get where I'm going. Yeah, man, and she didn't beat Becky probably because they wanted to protect her. Look, honestly, she could have beat Becky, but she's a blueprint. Throw her on SmackDown, okay. She needs to be more of a heel than Bayley. Sasha Banks needs to beat Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. She needs to beat Aunt Pam. I said it.
It is kind of tough when your two top, people in the women's division are side by side, and they're by far the two best acts they have in the women's division on SmackDown. Yet they're together, so it kind of makes it hard for a lot of good things to be happening on the women's division on SmackDown. But Lacey Evans, I will give her credit. I did enjoy the promo. It was kind of out of nowhere last week when she turned babyface, but then this was kind of the rah, I'm American, I'm the good housewife and everything like that, and it was like, I'm a American citizen, I'm a military veteran. I think that's kind of what we needed to really get behind Lacey Evans, even though it is still kind of out of nowhere. But what can you do?
What can you do? Is she a real American? Is she going to fight for the rights of every woman?
Well, she is more of an American hero than that so-called Mr. America.
Than that so-called Mr. America. You are absolutely right, Brandon. You know what? I forgot who made Hogan's theme, but that theme song, it speaks to you, doesn't it? That might have to be Lacey Evans' new theme song. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. You know? No?
I don't think that's going to work, brother.
I mean, do you feel it? I could see Lacey strutting down to the ring in this. It would be all great. More of that later, but yeah. Yeah, so this was the raw, explanation for the quick little face turn. I mean, and she did tribute to the troops. It wasn't televised this year, which is the first time they've done this since they really started doing tribute to the troops. I've always liked tribute to the troops. I'm not gonna lie, I always have. What's your favorite tribute to the troops show, Brandon? Do you have one?
Honestly, I don't really have one off the top of my head. Probably one of the earlier ones where they actually went overseas. I don't know.
Oh, dude, the Shield had a 6-man tag. They were in some armory and they came out of a tank and it was dope. I think they wrestled Rey Mysterio and somebody else. It was 2012, 2013. Anyway, that was badass. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, man, we're gonna move on to Roman Reigns, the big dog, defeats Dolph Ziggler, smack dab in the middle. Bobby Roode wasn't there because of some questionable choices he's made in his life. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, so at the end of this, Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler pour dog food on Roman Reigns. Now, in the midst of watching this, do you know what my reaction was, Brandon?
What was your reaction?
Oh wow, soundboard making a return. It's the third man. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this? What is this? Matter of fact, we gotta jump to the fan mail a little bit early because we have one specifically for this. Where is it at? Oh, here it is. It's the boy Hootie Hoo 420.
Hootie Hoo.
The stuff that Roman was covered in basically describes what the SmackDown product has been as of late. It was dog food, but it looked like shit. Oh God, there's no going back there. Special episode, Brandon. If you have something to say, just let it out. And to finish up this DM, Raw has been better, but Wednesday nights are for me. Yeah, Hootie Hoo, I agree with you, man. We're going to talk about Wednesday nights, but yeah. What the...
We got kicked off the radio station. We can say whatever we want now.
Oh no, and I let it slip. This won't even air to them, or maybe I'll edit it out. I don't know.
Well, I hope you do because last time the few times we've had our strikes against us, it was because your boy let one slip, and then it's all my fault.
It wasn't my fault. Enough of Gene Snitsky though. But yeah, man, dog food. It was corny and hooky. One of these guys, Corbin or Ziggler, had to be like, this is pretty stupid. I know one of those guys had to be like, this is really effing stupid,
But CM Punk was okay with it.
I haven't seen WWE backstage. No spoilers, your boy. I mean, how many times do I have to say this? Go on this Dolph Ziggler rant. But there's a good thing that's happening here. It's the rehabilitation of Roman Reigns. When he came back from his leukemia, he wasn't put in the title scene right away. He squashed McIntyre a couple times at that weird feud with Shane McMahon and took that L in Saudi Arabia, I might add. But yeah, this is the rehabilitation of Roman Reigns. And so, I see Roman Reigns defeating The Fiend. Tampa, Florida, WrestleMania 36. What is it, April 3rd? April 3rd or 4th, whatever day that WrestleMania is. And I think he wins the Universal Championship. He's the Superman. that beats this evil, chaotic villain. Because
That's a hot take.
no,
You
no,
think Roman Reigns is going to go over?
really, listen. This. No, seriously, listen to this now. We have he still getting booed? Like, I don't hear the boos. If he is getting booed, I'm not hearing them, bro. It's the majority cheers.
I think it's more apathy than anything.
Well, I mean, you can't boo a man that had cancer. That's just that. You should be booed if you do that. But you know what I mean, like after this whole match with Corbin, they need to cool off the whole big dog stuff. Like, don't mention it ever again. I mean, it's a TLC match. What the hell they're gonna have up there? A can of dog food? You know?
Well, your boy has an option for what kind of match stipulation they could have, but we can talk a little bit more when we get to the match pick of the week.
Absolutely. But yeah, just moving on with it, man. It's just we need to get away from these hokey things here. Like when he pushed that table on Bobby Roode, he looked like a badass. Like I'm like, "Yo, Joe, you look raw as ish right now, son." Like we need to see more of that. We need to see the man behind the character come out into the character portrayed on TV. Like Austin, he is a guy that loves to drink beer. He turned it up to 11, and he stunned his boss and drank beer, and we loved it, and we still love it till this day. You see what I'm saying? Dwayne could talk smack, but he turned it up to 11, and he talked smack to any and everybody who came at him sideways, and he referred to himself in the third person. Let these guys just kind of be who they are. You know?
Turn it up. Banging it. Shout out to Rikishi, who's at the Laker game a couple days ago.
Oh, shout out Kishi. Were the buns out?
Oh, the buns were way out.
Oh my god, I bet, dude. I bet they were all the way out.
It was all over the internet, Phillip.
Okay, I did not see it. All right, we got to move on to outside of the ring. WWE releases the Ascension, Connor and Victor. Sin Cara, who was Hunico. Luke Harper, aka Brody Lee. Look, do you remember that? You remember the Wyatt Orton feud? I mean, we were there for the House of Horrors, but going into that, Luke Harper was involved before the WrestleMania match. Should they have put the strap on my boy? Should they have put the title on Luke Harper? Just like a quick one, like a quick 2-week thing. Should they have done it? Because fans, they were loving him at that point, man. They had like a SmackDown triple threat before Mania. They could have just threw it on him or something. Yeah.
Luke Harper is maybe one of the most underutilized wrestlers that WWE's had in a long time. I haven't studied deep into his indie history, but what I've seen, I've been impressed with. He's a really good wrestler. He doesn't get a whole bunch of time to talk, but the few times he did talk on WWE, it was interesting. I wish he had a full solid singles run where he could be Brody Lee in WWE, but that just never happened. I assume out of all the guys being released, he'll find a safe landing spot, and I wouldn't be shocked if he makes it to AEW.
Yeah, that's the thing I wanted to ask you. On the State of Combat podcast, they were like, AEW or New Japan, where should he go? Where's he more likely to go? Brandon? So that's your shot?
I mean, he is a family man. I think he has kids and he has a wife. He's no spring chicken. I think he's almost 40 years old. So I think maybe the AEW schedule is very titillating to him because we can say whatever we want now. So I can say stuff like that.
Oh, whoa! That was about a $20 word there, buddy. Word of the day: toilet paper.
I'll be honest, I couldn't think of any other word, and for some reason, titillating came to mind. So
look at my boy's IQ. Look at the vocab, the vernacular. I digs, my guy.
I try. But you can never count out maybe they do. I don't know what the structure is between, Moxley and Jericho, where they have AEW and New Japan agreements. So maybe they can do something like that. I don't know if it has to be Luke Harper has to go to New Japan first and then he goes to AEW, or if I don't know what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if he does both. But I think he could be, especially since he's so tall, that John Moxley kind of just towers over everybody. Surprisingly, I didn't really see him as a big guy, but compared to everybody else on the AEW roster, he's pretty big. So if you have Luke Harper go out there and he's like a crazy heel, I think that can be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I don't know. Maybe. You know how Bruiser Brody would just like scare the living ish out of people in like Japan. Let's just do that. Let's do all of that. Let's just have him run roughshod in Japan.
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Brody Lee in the G1 Climax.
I wouldn't mind seeing Brody Lee versus Kaz Okada. Oh no, Lee versus Suzuki. Oh God, that tickles me in my feel spot, man. I would love to see that. Just two badass mofo's just tearing each other down. That's what I want, man. That's what I need to see. All right,
Would you
Brandon.
say it's titillating?
Oh, it's extremely titillating. This took a very weird turn. Brandon, there have been WWE releases. You covered this on Under the Radar. Cover it again here on the BC's 150th episode.
Well, you said releases, but I assume you meant suspensions.
Suspensions, of course. I meant suspensions, yes.
We did have 2 suspensions under the wellness policy violation. The first time we've had one since Page back in October 2016. And it is your boy Robert Bobby Roode and Primo Cologne. So yes, they are still with the company. Who knew that they still work? There was rumors that they left, but apparently not. They're still taking piss tests. So good for them. We don't know exactly what they tested for, but we do know this is their first offense. They will be gone for 30 days, so they will be back in time for the Royal Rumble. I don't know if it's effective immediately on Monday or if they knew that this was happening a few weeks ago, so that's why they wrote off Bobby Roode. But it is a shame. Robert Roode, I did like some of the stuff he was doing. He was finally getting like a main event push. Yes, he was a crony of King Corbin, but he was getting a lot of TV time.
Yeah. I hear that Primo's violation has a little bit to do with that booger sugar. That white girl.
The cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. That stuff that Gino Hernandez was doing. Yeah.
Christmas snow.
Absolutely. Let it snow.
Shout
let
out
it
South
snow.
Park.
Let it snow. Oh, South Park references on this play. I don't know, man. I was never a South Park guy.
A little Christmas snow, thanks to some Colorado integrity.
There you go. Yeah, man. And then Bobby Roode, I'm not sure what his violation was. I mean, my guy's what? He's 40, 41, 42. It's winding down. I mean, unless you're Chris Jericho and can have the best run of your career by the time you're 48, 49. But still, man, like it's winding down here, so I don't know. Can we get back to Bobby Roode being like a rich, arrogant badass? Can we get back to that?
Or get a little beer money.
Honestly, I would pop huge. Like, I would pop major if Beer Money had a reunion. What the hell are they going to call them? Intoxicated Inc.? No, absolutely not, But Beer Money, I would need that back. But the rich, arrogant heel Bobby Roode, I miss that. Those were good NXT days, ladies and gentlemen. He had that old NXT title, and then he got the new one, and he wasn't really overdoing the glorious thing like he is on the main roster, but you get it. You understood. Like, okay, he got money.
Bobby Roode, Heath Slater, the new beer money. There you go.
Let's not. Oh, no, dude. I'm having serious promos over here, man. I'm trying to speak to the people, and you're making jokes.
Hey, Heath Slater is no joke. He got kids.
He does have kids.
He's got mouths to feed.
So does Bobby Roode.
Christmas time.
So does Bobby Roode. My man was bringing investors into the eye of NXT. He was raising NXT's equity, man. That's what he was doing as champion. And he could do that as the WWE champion. Yeah. Or hell, give him
Heath Slater is drug free, just like BTE is drug free.
Oh my God, is that still a thing? Do they still do that bit? Do they?
No, that thing's dead and buried.
Oh my God, just like Adam Cole, right?
And EC3.
And why'd you have to go there, dude? But yeah, you said who was the last one that was suspended? Paige?
Yeah, Paige back in 2016. So it's been over 3 years. So I don't know if that's a good thing that people aren't doing it, or if it's a bad thing because they're not very stingent on the policy.
I thought Roman was the last one because he got popped for Adderall. Oh, that was the same year. It was just a few months earlier. That's right.
With old Eva Marie.
Oh my God, Eva Marie, yeah. I wonder what she does now. I hear she has purple hair. All right, we're gonna move on. King Kofi Kingston, KK. Oh, hey, yeah, you know where that was about to sound like. So the New Day, they dropped a podcast, one of the many podcasts that will be coming with the Endeavor WWE partnership. The New Day Feel the Power podcast. First of all, Brandon, have you listened?
I have listened to both episodes.
And how do you feel?
It's enjoyable. I mean, thus far they're just kind of going over the early incarnation of the New Day, so nothing really. I mean, it's interesting. I kind of want to learn more about the people, just like them just kind of talking about just random stuff. But the first two episodes of them talking about the early days of the New Day is quite interesting, especially when they go over their list of all the dumb names that the creative team had for them.
I don't know the trilogy. I don't know. I don't know. Trill Power.
I'm with Big E. The cause was pretty good.
The cause. You're so no, but yeah, man. But in the first one, they talked about how Kofi talked about how he denied the King of the Ring opportunity because he didn't want to be King Kofi Kingston because of obviously the acronym that is there and all of the hatred and vile action that is related to that acronym. And yeah, man, I'm like, oh my god, are they? Who the hell was that? A Vince thing? Like he didn't say, but I'm like, was that Vince himself or was one of his cronies? Was that Johnny Ace?
Dude.
Oh, okay. I got you. He who shall not be named. But yeah, the New Day podcast, it's nice, man. Hopefully they get to Kofi and talk about his run and his rise to the top. But the early days of the New Day, I did not like the New Day when they first started, Brandon. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
Did anybody?
Like that first 6 months, I'm like, they just threw a couple black guys together and they're singing and gyrating and preaching. What the hell is this? But then that night that they attacked John Cena and Kofi turned heel, I'm like, oh, this is good. That's what turned me on the New Day, on the cause. It was the cause of what they were doing that made me see this is a New Day. Yes, it is.
Oh, my brother, testify.
There you go, brother. There you go. Oh my god, I got a text message. Who is this from? I'll read it after. Yeah, man. So, but New Day, congratulations. But they're trying to come for my throne, Brandon. You know how I feel about my throne. I like to sit nice and tight on it. Got some seat warmers up here. It's nice and toasty. I don't need
with your kettle chips.
With my kettle chips. I don't need my cheeks to be frozen. Okay, moving on from that. Alberto Del Rio lost his WWE Championship, his replica WWE title. We talked about this a few weeks ago. Tito Ortiz put up on the line his replica light heavyweight championship from the UFC, and then Del Rio put up his replica spinner WWE title. This was a legit belt fight, and Del Rio lost. What? This was absolutely asinine. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
I mean, I don't know exactly what to say. Tito Ortiz, a professional MMA fighter, wiped the floor with Del Rio in the first round, which, yes, Tito Ortiz might be past his prime, but he's still an elite level fighter. So I don't know what Del Rio thought he was doing, but, he got his money, he lost his title. He can buy a new one.
Rack out $300 to get a new one, or if he's feeling a little frisky, throw out that 7,000 and get that Fiend Championship. You know what I mean?
I mean, he probably cares more about the big gold belt than that stupid spinner title.
He did look good with that, huh? I mean, everybody looked good with it, really.
Bring it back. Once someone kills the Fiend, then you bring back the World Heavyweight title.
Dude, Roman would look so nice with that Anybody would look nice with it, bro. Like, what are we doing? Stop wasting our time with this Universal thing. Bring back the big gold. It mattered. I cared about it. Fans cared about it.
Phillip, the universe is bigger than the world.
Look, man. You know what Universal title has real prestige? The APW Universal title. I give a damn about that Universal Championship. Okay? It doesn't. There's no champion right now, but we'll see. We shall see. Maybe my boy Will Hobbs gets his title match he's been inclined to. I don't know. We'll see. Volter. Yes, Volter. He loses the WWE. He didn't even lose it. It was stolen. He didn't go to a Longhorn Steakhouse. He didn't have a little bit of the bubbly, or as my boy Jericho would say.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
There we go. Had a finger slip. Yeah, so his UK championship was stolen along
That's
with
what she said.
What? What?
That's what she said.
Where?
You know.
I don't know. At what point in time did she say one of the things I said?
There was a finger slip.
Oh, this is the After Hours BC. Yeah, so his the WWE UK Championship was stolen along with his wrestling boots. Hey yo, if any of you guys have those items, I will pay a nice price to have the actual WWE UK title. Just slide in these Bulletcast DMs, and I will give you my number, and we can exchange information from there. No, but seriously, that's a terrible thing to do. And Timothy Thatcher, Bay Area wrestler, his stuff was stolen as well. Don't do that, guys. Jericho did take to Twitter and said, "Been there, done that." I thought that was funny.
Gimmick infringement.
Yeah, man. You can't be stealing his gimmick. Well, they said it was stolen, so technically it's not gimmick infringement, you know? No?
I don't know. I mean, maybe there was rumors maybe the AEW title was stolen until we realized that he just left on the top of the limo like an idiot.
Absolutely. I don't know. I mean, WWE, they got money. That title's gorgeous. They'll replace it. All right, Melina was on Busted Open with Dave Lagana. Or is it Lagana or LaGreca? I always get this. It's LaGreca, sorry. Dave LaGreca and Mark Henry. And she discussed, what she's going to be doing with NWA. I haven't seen her on Power yet. I have lost all interest to watch Power after there was a racial slur on one of their episodes a few weeks back. But anyway, she defended the Divas Era of WWE. So she took to Twitter and really explained what her era meant. She said, "I was a wrestler in the Divas Era. I embraced my career no matter what anybody called me. It was my dream to be in that ring. The women in my era had great wrestlers, it did, but we didn't have the support that the women have now. Don't punish us for that. Don't you think we wanted more? There was a spike in ratings when we were on. People tuned in for us, and we weren't just bathroom breaks." And then she goes on to some great detail about how hard it was to work during that time. Brandon, what are your overall thoughts on the Divas Era of WWE?
Well, that was, during my early stage of wrestling fandom. So I look back upon it glowingly. And, as she said, I don't blame the women. Obviously, it was more of how the women were portrayed and how they were pushed. And, Johnny Ace looking through a swimsuit calendar and saying, "Oh, she's pretty, we should sign her." And then you get some of those girls, and some of those girls like Kelly, they were okay. They were good. Some of the women were better than others, but I don't, put onus on the women themselves for what was going on in that era.
Absolutely. Kelly will be at Stockton Con next month. Go see her. Fabulous human being. Yeah, man, the Divas Era, it does get looked upon, it does get really frowned upon and shit talked a lot. Oh my god, I dropped another one. Dropped another S-bomb. But yeah, I mean, the women were told, hey, go tell this story. You have 3 minutes with entrances. Person takes like 45 seconds each to walk down to the ring. You're cutting it down to like 90 seconds to really tell the story. That's ridiculous. I applaud people like Beth and Melina who were traditional, like real wrestlers in that era. Like all of them, like they were wrestlers, sure, by the brand definition, but there were those that weren't very good. I mean, we tell the truth here. There were quite a few that were not very good. There were those that did stand out. Then there were those that just weren't good. And then there are others who were in that Divas era that transitioned into become very good at what they did. Like Nikki Bella is a perfect example. She got good at the end of that run. Before she had to really have that neck surgery at the end of that Divas title run, she got very good. And then she came back and had that match with Ronda Rousey. She still got it, man. Brie picked it up too. But yeah, like I don't frown upon the Divas era. It was a moment in time that it involved evolution to get to where we are now, to where we can have Becky Lynch walking out of WrestleMania in the main event with both titles and all this other great stuff that's happened over these years.
And not all the stuff was terrible. You can find some good stuff. Like, I don't know if you can, like, what do you consider is the Divas Era, like, just everything from Attitude Era to a few years ago? Because, like, the Trish and Lita stuff, like, that's good. And obviously said, like, Beth Phoenix, that, like, there was some good stuff in there. Obviously, they weren't going 20 minutes and having 5-star classics or anything, but on a curve, you can find some good stuff.
You can, You can also find Jillian Hall singing Britney Spears. That's the golden point of the Divas Era right there. No comment?
Shout out Melina. I love Melina. Met her at was it WrestleCon, WrestleMania 31. She's fantastic.
I bet she is a tremendous woman. All right, NXT talk. We got to talk NXT from this week, ladies and gentlemen. Finn Balor, he's the number one contender for the NXT Championship. His future is his past. He's going back, as Tommaso Ciampa would say. Goldie. He's going after that, and I like it. The Prince versus the Panama City Playboy. Take my damn money. And then on top of that, we got Angel Garza, who gives me Eddie Guerrero vibes. He's the new Cruiserweight champion. We got Bianca Belair defeating Kaden Carter. We got Dakota Kai, who is, wow, zipper sound effect, yowie wowie, going up against Mia Yim and going through tables and beating her. This is great. NXT, it hit me in my feel spot last night. No finger slip there. Oh, God.
I did quite enjoy NXT. I quite enjoyed AEW. I could say that maybe this was the best week of the Wednesday Night Wars thus far. And next week is probably going to be even better because both shows, especially NXT, is really throwing it all out there because I assume that I haven't heard anything specifically, but I don't think they're running any shows on, at least newly run shows on Christmas. So this is kind of, their end-of-year finale spectacular, and especially NXT, that women's title match with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. It might be the most anticipated women's match in a long time, maybe even ever, since the Bayley Sasha Banks era. So that should be a whole lot of fun.
It really should. Thoughts on Angel Garza?
I mean, I'm intrigued with Angel. He was, a heel, and he was very entertaining, and the ladies love him. Obviously, he's a gorgeous man. And then he comes out during the commercial break and he proposes to his girlfriend, so maybe all the girls will turn on him. But that is a babyface move that they actually showed it on television, so it seems as though they're going to turn him babyface, and I'm not against him being the top guy in that Cruiserweight division. He feels more NXT than Leo Rush does. Leo Rush, you can say, he was with Bobby Lashley, and you can say he's like a flame out, and you don't want him to... Even though I love Leo Rush, but I think starting kind of fresh with Angel Garza being the top guy in that division, and who knows what other kind of wrestlers will come in and challenge him for that title. I'm intrigued to see what they do with him.
Yeah, man. I mean, Angel Garza. I hope he does well. You know what happened to the last wrestler that proposed to his girlfriend at a wrestling show after he got through wrestling?
You did not see him.
You did not see him. Leo Rush, he was a great hype man. Can I get this guy to be my hype man?
And let me be frank, I got that hot sauce.
I don't know, man. Kind of on an Enzo kick. I don't know what it is. I miss that guy. Can we get Enzo back, hyping me up, hyping somebody up? Hell, maybe he can make SmackDown must watch. I don't know. Need me some Enzo Amore. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh yeah, but
no.
Okay, all right. If Enzo was a part of the show, would you quit, Brandon?
I mean, I got nothing against the guy personally. It's just I don't want to see him wrestle on NXT. And do you really want to see Enzo versus Angel Garza?
He doesn't have to wrestle, bro. He can just be there cutting promos. That's all I really need out of him. That is all I really need.
If you just follow him on social media, you'll see him cut plenty of promos.
But what if I need that on NXT? Maybe I need it on AEW. I don't know what I need. I just need some Enzo. Just need to hear it, Bada boom. Alright, anyway, moving on. This day in wrestling, Sabu is 55. Yes, he's the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu. Ultimo Dragon is 53, and Flip Gordon, Flip Gordon. He is 28 years old. Happy birthday to all of these gentlemen. Yeah. Anything? Nothing at all?
Nope. I remember Ultimo Dragon as a kid. He debuted for SmackDown. He was one of my favorite wrestlers for some reason. So going back to last week when they asked us like, what's a wrestler that you like that no one really would think of, Ultimo Dragon is one. Even though I don't like, watch any of his stuff, but like when I was a kid, for some reason Ultimo Dragon really clicked with me.
It was the mask.
I do have an Ultimo Dragon action figure.
Oh, wow. There you go. Big collector. All right, we got to get to the fan mail segment. Hootie Who 420.
Hootie Who.
Okay, mates, what wrestling move would you guys take? Me, I would take the stink face from Kelly Kelly, not Rikishi. I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you.
Well, if we're going down that track, I guess we can do the Naomi corner spot. You know which one I'm talking about.
I don't.
Well, I don't want to explain it, but
no, you have to.
If we're going down that track, there's the spot where the person's in the corner, and then Naomi has her backside towards the person, and she brings her up with her feet, and then she just shakes it all up in your grill.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to go down, I mean, we've already gone off the rails so far.
We already have. I'll take a stink face from Brooke Tessmacher, Miss Ass-tastic.
But that's not an official move. Naomi's an official move. She does that.
It's a move, bro. It is a move. It is a move. No, but on a serious note, I'd take a stunner from Austin. I think I'd take an RKO from Randy. It would be an honor to take the three most dangerous letters in all of sports entertainment, the RKO. Do you know why? Because if you were going to build a sports entertainer from the ground up, do you know who he would look like, Brandon? He wouldn't look like that punk-ass Matt Riddle. He would look like Randall Keith Orton. Yeah, I went there. Have anything to say? Not going to defend your boy?
It's okay. Matt Riddle pinned Randy Orton, so we all know he's better.
Oh my God! Why are you a hater? You know what? This is perfect now.
And what do you know? We got a couple haters.
I got intro drops all day. Come at me, All right, we're going to move on. Jack of all trades. NWO is going in the Hall of Fame. What other members would you like to see go with them or sub one out? People are going in the Hall of Fame. That's right. Dave Batista, Big Dave, He's not just going in Oh, Jesus Christ. I really went there. He's going into the WWE Hall of Fame 2020. Shout out. He had a career, man. He had a hell of a career, from the assistant of Deacon Devon, yes. All the way to becoming the Animal and just Guardians of the Galaxy movie star galore. Shout out Big Dave. Hell of a run. And then with NWO, all these two-time Hall of Famers. It was cool when my boy Rick was a two-time Hall of Famer. Because he was the only one, that's Ric Flair. He's a two-time WWE Hall of Famer. But now we got, him, Shawn. We're gonna have, X-Pac and Nash and Hall and Hogan and all, Bret Hart and Booker T. We don't need all these two-time Hall of Famers, But if I was going to sub one out...
Shout out X-Pac. 2 consecutive years in the WWE Hall of Fame.
He doesn't want a single induction. That's humble. That's real
and
humble.
then the click's going in, so
my God,
make it 3 times.
I know, yeah. Just let him go in with all these groups. So here's what I would do. I mean, Eric Bischoff, bro. I know he wasn't an original member, because you can't put all 89 members of the NWO in the Hall of Fame. I mean, you could. But, look, he was... Would I sub out X-Pac? Possibly. Possibly I'd sub out X-Pac and throw in Eric Bischoff. Because that NWO character of Eric Bischoff, it was dope. It really, really was, He was entertaining. He was funny. He said Vince feared ratings. It was just all this good-ish, You know what I mean? Any thoughts on that?
I mean, CM Punk on WWE Backstage said that every single member of the NWO needs to be inducted. I'm with them. All 7,000 members of them.
Or you know what? Eric Bischoff gets that solo induction, and then we hear this. Sorry, guys. Underrated theme. So I'd probably do something like that. Let us know who else you want to see in the WWE Hall of Fame. Maybe finally put Miss Elizabeth in there. Maybe British Bulldog. Maybe Owen Hart. Don't know. We've been going for 48 minutes. We haven't even really talked wrestling. What's up with us? It's a big show. It's a big show. We have a lot to discuss. I know. All right, Alfie Lewis. Oh, Jesus, damn. He's throwing some shade at you, my guy.
Bring it on.
Alfie Lewis, Brandon's #1 fan. How come Brandon never brings the high energy in the show open or really throughout the show? Oh, wow. Brandon, do you want to answer that?
I don't need to bring high energy. I just bring intelligence.
You don't want to bring high intellectual energy? You don't want to do that?
I mean, I dropped a $20 word on you earlier.
It's very true, All right, this is the last email thread. Dan, there are certain matches that AJ didn't live up to. The Shinsuke ones in WWE, the KO feud from a couple years ago, and then some of the Samoa Joe ones as of late in his latest WWE title run. Is it me, or has the phenomenal one that lost it, is he not so phenomenal anymore? Does P1 now stand for poor one? I guess that makes sense. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, AJ can... He can still do not all of the stuff that he used to do. He's taken out a couple moves, but for the most part, it's basically the same moveset he was doing 10 years ago. You know what I think it is? They kept going to it over and over and over, so that's why I think it has a poor taste in our mouths and minds. If they had just done it maybe twice match, like the max. If they had just done 2 matches of each, we would have been fine. AJ wins at WrestleMania. Shinsuke turns heel. Okay. Shinsuke comes close, doesn't get the job done. Joe keeps toying. The Joe feud was cool because Joe can tell the story, and he was just toying with AJ's family. That was cool. And the KO feud just didn't live up to the hype.
A wise man once said, "There's 2 different types of movesets you have. There's the moveset you do to try to get over, and the moveset you do when you are over." So when AJ and Shinsuke are over, especially when they're in WWE, where you could say maybe they're just trying to cash a paycheck. Now AJ, I think, has had much more success in-ring wise and obviously overall than Shinsuke has. But they're Shinsuke and AJ. You don't need to go out there and kill yourselves and have spectacular matches. Especially in AJ's case, he's up there. He's in his 40s. He can't do what he could do 10 years ago. So I am not expecting him to do a bunch of crazy stuff, but he is capable, I think, still. I think Shinsuke, honestly, is still capable of having a really good match, but I think it's just if he wants to have one, if he's motivated.
Absolutely. All right, we got to hit this Instagram thread. El Santo Negro de Chicago. Okay, my question is ACH really retired? If so, was it really worth it? And if not, who is dumb enough to take him on his baggage and actually trust him? I don't know, man. I think it's just for attention at this point, and I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, the whole ACH thing is kind of taking a turn for the worst. I mean, he announced that he's retiring. He's, kind of on his Twitter stuff right now. As I said when all this stuff first came out, like hopefully he can, if he can get well, and maybe once he does that, maybe he can get back on track. I don't know what's going on with him, but it's not a good look. I mean, everyone, I don't know if people are like turning against him, but people are kind of like, okay, dude, you're kind of going overboard now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and like I said, I'm kind of over it. All right, simply_C_OK. This is the no DQ chick. Here we go. 1. What are you guys grateful for? What are you grateful for, Brandon?
I'm grateful for good health and good people.
Absolutely, I'm grateful for the La Familia, my mama. Love her to death, I'm grateful for this show. I get to voice my opinions about the world that is pro wrestling, All right, number 2, favorite person to interview. And I clarified this with her. She means, what's the favorite interview that we've done here? Brandon, what's your favorite interview that we've done here on the BC?
My favorite interview that we've done, I would say it would be...
Be who?
The lead, the Carl Frederick was good, but I liked. I'm blanking on his name. All I think of is Kel Mitchell. What is his actual name, Philip?
Keita Murray. Keita Murray.
That one. I quite enjoyed that one.
Why did
Even though you didn't ask my Kel Mitchell question, I asked you to talk about Dancing with the Stars with him because Kel should have won Dancing with the Stars, but he didn't. He got screwed over by Hannah, but it's okay. I still like Hannah. Roll Tide, but it's whatever.
Honestly, bro, I wasn't even thinking about that. I mean, you've noticed in some of the interviews I've done that you send me a question, I work it in there. So it was you're normally in there. My favorite one, I think I'm gonna go with the Chris Van Vliet one, man. The guy's done so much, he's so successful. He didn't have to give me the time of day, but he did. We went for about an hour, and he got to tell his story, which you don't normally get to hear. So I really liked that aspect of the interview and what we did, and he gave me some really great advice. So I like that. Carl Fredericks, he's always great to talk to. I love talking to him. Hopefully we get to do it again. So Keita was great. TJP, just a lot of the interviews that we do here. I like to have people tell their stories. That's why I do them. How did you get to the point that you are? Let us know. That's why I'm here, man. That's why I still do this. Nothing else, Brandon?
Philip, you're gonna make me cry again.
Exactly. That's why I'm here, man. All right. In Brightest Day X, graphic designer of the BC. Should Charlotte Becky versus Kabuki Warriors TLC match main event the event as it pays homage to the original TLC matches? Yes, it absolutely should. Look, last year at TLC when Asuka won that title, I was like, oh! You know how happy I was? Almost cried, goddammit. Yeah.
I do think that match will main event, especially since you don't have the title match with Brock Lesnar. I don't think Miz and Bray Wyatt is a main event, and you want to put some prestige on that women's tag team titles. You have Becky and Charlotte in there as well, so it makes sense for them to be the last match.
All right, I'm saying it right now. Angel Garza's proposal to his girlfriend was 100 times better than Cena's proposal to Nikki Bella. I actually haven't seen it, but okay. I'll believe you.
Well, I mean, the one with Angel Garza came out of nowhere, so.
So did the John Cena one.
We were talking about that, since Survivor Series.
Really? I had no idea. I had no such thing. No idea. Not a clue.
It was true love.
Nikki and
Cena
John.
and Nikki.
Oh, I was about to say it wasn't true love. All right.
It was true love.
And the last one. Now that you're at 150 episodes, what heights do you see the BC reaching for the next 150? Oh man. Brandon, where do you see us in 150 weeks?
Well, hopefully AEW eventually comes to the West Coast, and we are on that media list. So eventually, we should be going to a AEW event sometime next year.
Absolutely. I think the fan base really needs to grow. I had a guy come in my store and he was like, "Hey, you're the Bulletcast guy." I'm like, "Yeah, man." So I mean, it's cool for that little bit, but I think we just need to really reach out, not just to the Bay Area wrestling fans, but I mean we do have some of the international listeners like a Hootie Who, but I want more. I want more. I want people to know the show and know what it's about. It's about two guys who enjoy watching wrestling, love the business, and we love talking about it and giving our views. That's what this is about. That's what and I would love a third person finally to get back on the show. We have a great rapport here, Brandon and I. I mean, we're like Keenan and Kel, Jordan and Pippen, OJ and his Bronco. Yeah. But I want a third person. If we can get a female on the show, because we don't hear female opinions about professional wrestling all that often, that'd be something cool and new, because I don't really know who else is doing that. You know what I mean?
As long as it's not the other guy.
What about Young Boy number 1, 2, or 3?
I mean, what Young Boy number 2 is the one who serenaded us with that lovely, lovely song.
Oh my God, that was something. That was something. All right, we gotta get into the Raw recap. Seth Rollins officially aligns with the AOP, baby. Seth came out there. I love the wardrobe changes by Seth, by the way. That was great. All throughout the show, Just had on his gear, had on just the black the black T-shirt or whatever. Then he went and when he cuts the promo, puts on the jacket. Love the wardrobe changes, by the way. Little things like that. That's continuity. That's what I like. God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, Rollins, he comes out there and wants to fight the AOP. He tells KO it's not him, and then Rollins leaves because he knows that's a smart thing to do. KO's just standing there with like a steel pipe, and he's just wandering around looking for the AOP. And he gets assaulted. He tries to grab the guy who's in the back of this van, and the guy turns out to be Seth Rollins. He said he's sorry, Kev, it has to be done. Curb stomps him on the outside. And then after that, he comes out and he cuts a promo. And you know what the promo was, Brandon?
What?
I'm going to shoot here for a second, brother. It was Colby Lopez talking to the people, not just Seth Rollins. It was the man behind the character. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, right there. He was like, we used to get along, but you guys turned your back on me. It was a really good promo. I enjoyed it.
You completely forgot to mention that the wild card rule is back in effect because Sami Zayn made an appearance and now he's managing his big brother Mojo Rawley or something.
Isn't he like a mediator or something?
He got his managerial license, which for some reason that allows managers to jump back and forth between brands.
Absolutely, that just makes sense.
Total sense.
Yeah, I can't even think of a pun for that one. Never mind. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Sami Zayn, Mojo, I don't know exactly what that was supposed to be. I don't know if it's a one-off, but it was kind of a weird diversion of the KO Seth AOP stuff. But that KO AOP and Seth, I thought it was good. I really did enjoy the Seth Rollins promo. As you said, it was kind of dripped in some reality that you can believe what exactly happened, and then Seth saying that the fans made him turn, which you can be like, okay, Seth, whatever, it's our fault. But I think this is a good first step in the heel turn of Seth Rollins. Intrigued to see what they do next year. Or next week, who knows.
Man, J&J Security, they grew up, bro.
That's what happens when you feed and water your security.
Whoa, you just tell them like they were plants, bro?
Shout out Mitch. Mitch got a shout out on AEW this week.
He did, man. He really did. Not our Mitch, but the plant Mitch, right?
Yes, we had a Mitch.
We had a Mitch. Yeah. I guess we did. I don't know. We have to find out. All right. I know that's the Law and Order sound effect, but hey, divorce court, guys. Yeah, Jerry the King Lawler hosts this. Rusev he's a gem, dude. He's such a gem. Lana's just being Lana, and Bobby Lashley comes out there and he goes through a table and all this other cathartic commotion happens. Cathartic commotion? That's like a $40 combination, eh?
Phillip, if you could you drop the sound one more time?
Yes I could.
I'm an investigative journalist. And yesterday, Lana did an Instagram Live that she got a new puppy. It was from Thailand. And then Rusev, on Instagram, posted a photo of what it looked like the exact same puppy. And Lana is now a Bang Energy. I know you like your Bang. She is a Bang Energy supporter or whatever you call it.
What?
And Rusev liked that photo or that video. So I think, because of my investigative reporting, that Rusev and Lana are not actually divorced, but yet they are still together in a romantic relationship.
Hold the phone. Lana, I need to... Oh, my goodness. Lana's over here. God damn. God damn. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am watching this video of Lana with a bang as I am getting intoxicated by this purple haze. Yeah, so... That's not good. We got to keep the continuity here. You know what happened when Elizabeth and Macho Man separated on TV? You know what happened? Macho Man got a real life legal separation, bro. That's coming.
Oh, they didn't like each other on Instagram and DM each other back and forth and post pictures of their cute little puppy?
I mean, dude, this is like 1989. Like she She didn't respond to the letter via carrier pigeon, dude. You know what I mean? But yeah, so we got to keep the continuity
She
up.
didn't return his faxes.
Were they faxing in '89? Are you sure?
Or pager. She ignored his pages.
There we go. Yep, exactly. We can talk about this once we get to the match for TLC. Really, just talk about that. Becky Lynch, she defeats the Kabuki Warriors via DQ. Then her and Charlotte realize, all right, we have to team up together. Hence the match that's going to happen at TLC for the women's tag titles. And why do champions keep challenging challengers? Why does that keep happening?
Why do heels keep challenging baby faces? That's the real problem.
What the hell is going on, Brandon? They need you for the continuity, bro.
I know. You can write it, and I'm just out here just poking holes and doing the continuity stuff.
Dude, like they need us. They need us so bad. Or maybe we go to Ring of Honor. We make that a thing, but like we make that.
There's no hope with Ring of Honor. Let's be honest.
Damn, you just shot it down.
I'd rather go to Impact.
I mean, they're doing good stuff, dude. You're gonna make.
We can book Mama Thickness she can be the best thing in wrestling. Period. If we get the book with her,
look, hey, we can book Jordynne Grace to the world title. God damn it.
She should be in Tessa Blanchard's shoes. Damn it.
Or hell, maybe they wrestle each other for the world title, and Jordynne Grace goes over like a Goldberg squash match, bro.
We make the top men's title a women's championship now.
There we go. That's all I'm saying. You see?
And then we objectify the men, and they have to deal with a Divas Era of their own, while the women do all the hard work.
Damn, what the... Brandon with this hot take! That's the energy! Alfie Lewis, shut your mouth! That's hot take energy, and I love it! Yeah.
Stephen A., watch out, I'm coming for you.
Hey, there you go. Shoot your shot, Big Pimpin'. Oh, wait. No, that's the wrong time to say that. Take his throne. There we go. All right, the WWE United States Championship, Rey Mysterio successfully retains against AJ Styles. Just rolls him up real quick. Yeah.
At the buzzer, too.
At the buzzer. I don't have a buzzer, so I don't know. This was good. Can we just get AJ and Rey for like 20 minutes Sunday night? Can we have that? I need that.
Sure. I thought it was a good match. They botched the finishing sequence. They were going to do some sort of, I think, Styles Clash off the corner, but that wasted 10, 15 seconds, which is the reason why they almost went off the air. They almost did a Halloween Havoc. Almost did a DDP and Goldberg. That would not have been good. But I wish maybe sometimes they did do that, where you have to stay tuned to find out, or go to the internet, or have finishes during a commercial break, because it's supposed to be a real sport. You never know when finishes are going to actually happen.
Yeah, hey, that would be dope. I want to see some companies start doing that, finishes during the during the commercial break. I think AEW. I think that would really, since they're a sports league, that would really set them apart.
I mean, especially with NXT and AEW, and I don't know. Does SmackDown do it still? I don't know. But you have the picture-in-picture commercial, so technically the match ends during a commercial break, but you can still see the finish, and when you come back, you can do a replay of what actually happened. So I do wish they did some. I mean, you don't want to do it for like the main event matches, but I think for some mid-card matches, just to spice some things up and to show like, hey, it can happen anytime, anywhere. Who knows? Like,
for instance, Big Swole and Emi Sakura, that could have happened there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that match should have got 6 minutes chopped off of it.
Or we can talk about the Viking War Raider experience, retaining their Raw Tag Team Championships against the Street Profits.
The Street Profits, I thought this was a defining down moment for them. They had, 3-4 minute match with them. They get, not squashed, but pretty convincing loss to the Viking War Raider experience. And then they go at the end of the night and they do the Weekend Update spoof, which was not funny, was not entertaining whatsoever. And it looks like the Street Profits are going to be the happy, funny black guys on Raw.
I don't want them to be happy, funny black guys on Raw. I don't want them to do that at all.
Well, I mean, you got the New Day on SmackDown, so you need the Street Profits on Raw.
Makes sense. All right, Humberto Carrillo defeats Andrade. Big pop for him. Congratulations, Humberto. Andrade, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah, I hope they don't do something with Andrade and Zelina breaking up, because I think Zelina isn't essential to the act of Andrade, but I do think, especially for the talking segments, she does a great job of getting promos and getting the character across. I think Andrade can do well by himself, but I think just adding Zelina to the mix makes it so much better. And honestly, if they break up, where does Zelina go from here?
Yeah, no, she's essential to his act. They need to stay together. They absolutely need to stay together.
Well, apparently my new gimmick now is I recap AEW Dynamite, Phillips. So
Do it.
let's just jump into it with John Moxley defeating Alex Reynolds. And I believe this probably should have been the opening segment for AEW Week 1. John Moxley coming down, getting the great pop, looking like a badass, killing a jobber, and then cutting a great promo afterwards. But he doesn't cut a promo in this episode. Chris Jericho comes down to make an offer to John Moxley to join the Inner Circle. John Moxley didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He just quizzically looked off in the distance while he had his Inner Circle shirt laid upon his shoulder.
Would you join Jericho's Inner Circle?
I mean, if you get a little bit of the bubbly, a little bit of that green, maybe. I mean, if I'm John Moxley, it might be worth it. But I think he wants that title all for himself.
That's true. I hear the Inner Circle is more of an experience, you know?
Like the Viking War Raider experience?
Possibly. Have you ever experienced any Inner Circles, Brandon?
I'm not going to talk about those stories on the air.
Okay! Nobody was going there. But this segment was cool. Him just dropping Alex Reynolds, I'm like, oh, this is dope. This is nice. But the promo with Jericho, I mean, obviously we're gonna get WWE references because damn near half of their roster wrestled in WWE. They talked about the Ambrose Asylum match. They talked about the podcast where Ambrose broke free and he let out all his grievances. They talked about all of that. This is just a classic heel move, when a guy's the leader of a heel stable and then there's a legit threat to his championship. Hey, bro, come join us. Like, you don't really want this that's on my shoulder or on my waist. It's shiny, yeah, but here. You want to be really powerful? Come join us. Come join the Inner Circle. That's basically what Jericho did. And we all know where this is going to go. He's going to lose and then he's going to go beat Lance Hoyt for the New Japan US title at Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah?
Or Lance Archer.
I know, I used the shoot name, I'm sorry.
But I did enjoy this opening segment. I thought Jericho was toting the line of entertaining yet annoying, which I keep saying, like, it's going to be hard for Jericho to keep getting boos. But he's doing a good job at it thus far, so good on him. Next up, we had Cody and QT Marshall, who was handpicked by MJF, which we'll talk about a little bit later. They go on to face the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny. And the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny end up getting the victory after QT tries his hardest to win, but he just couldn't get the job done. QT takes the pinfall, which is what you would expect. They tried to piece together MJF being the reason behind the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny, which he cut a promo after, I think during Dynamite last week, but it was only on social media, and they released it, but then it's not really talked about on Dynamite, but they try to piece it together, so I don't know why they just didn't put that on Dynamite last week, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so here's the thing here. First of all, QT Marshall, exceptional talent, great hand, shaved his head because he was getting a little thin up top. I understand, bro, I'm there. I'm going to have to go shave my head later today or tomorrow. The Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny. I like the Blade. Braxton Sutter, really like him. Butcher, he has an interesting look, and I like it. I really do. And, the Bunny, yowie wowie. Cody took a loss, which is good because he doesn't lose that often, so it means something. Even though he wasn't pinned or submitted, it still means something because Cody was on the losing team. Now, as far as MJF being responsible for this, is he really, though? Is he?
He explicitly said that he paid the Butcher, Blade, and Bunny to attack Cody because he has millions of dollars and what's a couple thousand to throw at them to do this against Cody.
He has that big guy. Why doesn't he just have him attack?
Because that'd be too easy.
This isn't WWE. Come on, guys.
Speaking of MJF, he cuts a promo after this match, and I thought this was absolutely fantastic. MJF finally has something to sink his teeth into. He isn't just going for the cheap heat, but he goes after Cody. I thought this crowd was fantastic. I mean, maybe one of the best crowds they've had in Dynamite since the opening show. And he just goes after Cody. He goes for the lisp, and the crowd just goes absolutely bananas when he hits him with the lisp, and it's just MJF, super heel.
Yeah, my buddy Ashley, who I met at Starcast, he was in the crowd for this, and I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, bro, what was the experience like?" He was like, "Dude, this crowd was awesome." He said it wasn't double or nothing tier, but it was pretty damn good. One of the best crowds he's ever been a part of, and he said the show was super dope live as well. So I can't wait for us to experience AEW live. But yeah, I mean MJF, like he could do cheap heat. He's an asshole and a dick on Twitter. Like we've talked about the video of him talking to a disabled person. I'm better than you. Look what I can do. And he just stood up. I'm like, oh my god. He's not afraid to get heat, bro. And he's like what, 22, 23? He's either my age or younger than me. This guy's fantastic. And he's going up against Cody Rhodes. This is good. This is good-ish. I'm excited. I really am.
Yeah, and he's the next top heel. I think Jericho's eventually going to turn babyface, and MJF will take his spot as the top heel in the company.
What kind of babyface stuff is Jericho going to do, dude?
I mean, he's probably just going to do his same shtick he's doing now, but just he doesn't bury the crowd.
I mean, would he go back to the ever again and all that other stuff, can he? Or does WWE own that because they own everything?
I think he's just going to be the lovable old rock star that he is now.
He's going to be Mick Jagger?
Mm-hmm.
Strutting his stuff? I like that. Alright, keep going.
Next up, we have a women's match, which, we're big fans of on the AEW show. We got Big Swole defeating Emi Sakura, and there you go. It was a match that probably should have been cut down a little bit. Big Swole, the new big signing for AEW in the women's division. The match was a little clunky. They got over Big Swole, I guess. She's charismatic, but in-ring wise, still a little bit of work to be done.
Yeah, so Emi Sakura, she does the whole Freddie Mercury cosplay thing, right? Big Swole, when she got that mic stand and did the James Brown, I was like, hey! I felt it. I felt it in my bones. We basically saw Freddie Mercury versus James Brown. How do you feel about that?
Well, in like 50 years, when wrestling is all just holograms and everything, we'll probably see that match.
Oh my god, that'd be great. That would be so cool. Yeah, this match, that you said earlier on in the show could have shaved off 6 minutes. Yeah, really could have. Sometimes, just because we're in this this woman's evolution era, not all these matches need to be long. Give them I'm a fan of the 4-minute mark. If the talent isn't exceptionally good in the ring, if they're not working with somebody that can carry them, 2 people can go out there and give them 4 minutes, and yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to just having Big Swole have a squash match. Because Emi Sakura, yes, she's kind of been there, done that, but she can still be kind of useful, I guess, especially since there's not a lot of women in the division right now. So I think just having Big Swole go out there, squash somebody in 60 seconds is fine. And then you can add a couple extra minutes to the tag team match, both tag team matches, the Hangman Kenny, and the main event.
How dare you? Emi Sakura was Women's Wrestler of the Year in 2009.
I'm talking about in AEW sense. She's already challenged for the title. She's lost. I mean, what is she really going to be doing right now?
Singing Bohemian Rhapsody?
Maybe. Next up, we got Hangman Page and Kenny Omega taking on Kip Sabian and Shawn Spears. Tully Blanchard was not with Shawn Spears, and we found out why, because Joey Janela apparently kidnapped old Tully, put him on the stage. Shawn leaves him. Kip Sabian is all by himself. Kenny was going to take care of business, but then Hangman gets the blind tag, finishes him with the buckshot lariat, and gets the victory. Hangman having a little boo-boo face on. Maybe a heel turn? Who knows? But they got the job done, so Kenny and Adam were friends for now.
Yeah. Why is Joey Janela kidnapping Hall of Famers? Why is he doing that?
Because Shawn Spears attacked him that one time last week or 2 weeks ago.
That was hella long ago, dude.
And this is what Vince McMahon's talking about. People don't remember that, so why are we going to talk about it? See, Phillip?
Maybe Vince and I need to have a meeting. By the way, Sean Spears' theme song, dope. I like it. I really do. Yeah, this is fine. A heel Hangman Page, I wouldn't be opposed to it. You know? A loss to Chris Jericho could be like a loss to The Fiend or an interaction with The Fiend. It just makes you change, you know? Yeah. I'm in favor of it.
Speaking of Chris Jericho, he was on commentary for the Luchasaurus Sammy Guevara match, and Luchasaurus had defeated Sammy Guevara in a pretty quick match. Not a squash match, but Sammy put up a little bit of a fight, but Luchasaurus was the dominant one in this, setting up the Chris Jericho taking on Jungle Boy in a 10-minute non-title match next week.
There we go. There we go. It was fine. We can move on from it.
And then in the main event, we get the Young Bucks taking on Santana and Ortiz in a Texas street fight. This match was pretty much what you would expect. It was crazy. Not as crazy as the Young Bucks Lucha Bros match from All Out, but it was very hard-hitting as well. And the Young Bucks get the victory. So the Young Bucks getting a good victory finally. They are the number one contenders, and they will face SCU next week for the Tag Team Championships.
That's cool, man. I really want to see Young Bucks feud in that area. You know, when AEW first started, we were like, oh, these guys are gonna put themselves over, because they all basically went over it all. And that really hasn't happened, you know. Cody's starting to come off of his high horse a little bit. Kenny hasn't really been doing much. The Bucks have been losing, and Hangman's just been kind of wishy-washy. So, good work on these guys for putting the spotlight on other talent.
I agree, Phillip.
Yes, because, I would have buried everybody.
You'd have been the Cody. You're on top. Nobody else.
I would have been like Vern Gagne, bro. Yeah, I went there. I'm the champ. All the damn time.
You know, brother, that just doesn't work for me.
No. Are we just going to get into Hogan impersonations on this show?
No, brother.
Oh, his daughter wanted me, dude. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. All right, TLC tables, ladders, and chairs. Maybe a little Tender Love and Care. Or the music group. TLC, what's your favorite TLC song, Brandon?
I'll be honest, not the biggest TLC person in the world, so I'll just have to go with Waterfalls.
You don't like TLC? No digging on you?
It's not that I don't like them. It's just I'm not in that sphere. But I will say I was watching the Thanksgiving Day parade, and my brother's girlfriend didn't know who TLC was, and I was almost about to get up and smack a hoe.
Whoa! Wait a second! Yo! You can't... Oh my God! You took it to a whole other level on this show!
I'm sorry. That was inappropriate. I like to apologize.
Hey, man, it's okay. Got to keep that pimp hand strong. You feel me?
I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, she's gonna listen to this and she's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I had to slap one up earlier today. I understand, big pimpin'. All right, moving.
Good thing nobody listens to this, or else we're canceled.
Yeah.
All the K-pop people are gonna come after us. It was nice knowing you.
It was, man. I'm a scrub guy, maybe a Waterfalls, sure too. But we're gonna get into it. The Miz versus Bray Wyatt. Funhouse Bray wins. The Miz, I don't know. He changes as well. Miz has done nothing this year. Like, Miz ran through 2018 off of what he did in 2017. And that promo we cut in 2016 on Daniel Bryan. Miz was able to run through a whole year based on a year and a half of previous work. That's not happening now. Hello?
I do know. I think we're going to get... I'm here. I didn't do my gimmick. I haven't done that in a while.
Wow, look at you. I'm so proud of you.
I'm trying. I think we're going to get some sort of angle. I think Bray Wyatt's going to win. As you said, Miz hasn't really been doing a whole lot. He's just kind of the guy who goes and talks for 10 minutes to fill some TV time. What do you mean? The Miz, at the beginning of the year, he was a tag team champion with the best in the world. So how can you say he didn't do anything this year?
Okay, January he was tag team champion. They lose it And then what else has he done? He lost to the best in
lost.
the world twice.
Well, he's the best in the world. And he's the best actor in the world because he was on NCIS or something like that.
Oh, yeah, with LL Cool J, you know? Shane McMahon's about to have an album, dude. Would you listen to that? I might have to.
It's going to be up there with the greats like Randy Savage's rap album and Hulk Hogan's rock album.
Be a man, Hogan, yeah, be a man, yeah. That would be dope. Oh, wow, somebody followed me on Instagram. Shout out. No, so I'm looking at it like this, man. Bray wins and we go home. Yeah. Then, oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, a TLC recap if we do one. I know we have to do one. We just for the people, you know. Probably be like on a Monday or something, because you know your boy. I will be live in attendance for NXT Sunday night. Not SAP, Jesus. San Jose. Is it like the little theater they got there? San Jose State. Yeah, right.
It's like it has some sort of like corporate name now, but it's like the San Jose State Student Event Center.
Absolutely. I will be there, you know, to see Adam Cole, baby, and the best wrestling on the planet. I'm going to lose my mind. Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin, TLC. The big dog goes over, and he dumps dog food on King Corbin. There we go.
I got to agree with you. Maybe not the dog food part, but I think the big dog will win this match. I'm not a fan of TLC matches when they're not having a title on the line, because when I think of TLC, it's like the title needs to be hanging above the ring, and we can get like the Roman Reigns, you know, edge spot where he just like spears Corbin off the ladder, and it's going to be amazing. But dude, why would Corbin be on a ladder? So there you go.
Can we just get like a no holds barred type deal?
But it's TLC, Phillip. It has to be a TLC match.
Yeah. See, this is another thing, bro.
But if they use something other than tables, ladders, and/or chairs, disqualification.
Oh my god! Actually, that makes a lot of sense. All right, something actually will be hanging from above the ring when it comes to this TLC match. It's the Women's Tag Team Championships. Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch challenge the Kabuki Warriors. Asuka was victorious at TLC last year, but I can see Charlotte and Becky winning, and then they do a quick change on like Raw, you know, like the next night or the week later.
I think the Kabuki Warriors win. I think they haven't really played up Charlotte and Becky hating each other. They kind of hinted at it, so I think we're going to see some breakup. Becky and Charlotte, we've seen it so many times, but they just don't have the depth on the Raw side. And we haven't seen the Kabuki Warriors actually jump ship to SmackDown. Now that Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross are back together, I could see them challenging them for the titles at Royal Rumble or whatever. So I think maybe Kabuki Warriors jump over to SmackDown and defend the titles over there.
That could be a real possibility, you know, but I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. All right, Rusev versus Bobby Lashley in a tables match. Yes, no, maybe so.
It's a Rusev match. No, it's a tables match. You can get some wonky finish to where someone accidentally steps on a table, like Big Show did all those years ago. But, just have Rusev go over. It's a tables match. It's not going to kill Bobby Lashley to lose.
It won't kill Bobby Lashley to lose. It won't. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this match is going to be like the Honduran tamale I had earlier today. It is going to be hot fire. Aleister Black is going up against a guy I need a daily dose of, and that's Buddy effing Murphy. Give me my BM, full platter. I'm all in. Of course, Aleister Black wins.
Everybody needs a BM in their life. Maybe sometimes two.
Oh, yeah. Bullet Cast title on the line this Sunday? Are you scared?
I mean, I'm never scared, but you have to challenge me beforehand, or else maybe I would have made some different picks. But I will go with Aleister Black as well, because it's Aleister Black and it's Buddy Murphy. No shot at Buddy, but
yeah,
it's Buddy Murphy.
I mean, Buddy, he defeated Zack Ryder on Monday. Yeah, I mean, look, it's okay, bro. We can save the title defenses for the Royal Rumble. You know,
we can do whatever you want, Phillip, because you're the top dog.
I'm the VKM of the BC. That's just how this works. I'm the old tirade that will never go down.
And I'm doot.
You really don't want to be that. At least be Trips, or maybe the other guy was Trips.
No, he's not Trips.
Oh, are you Trips? Is he doop?
Sure, brother.
All right. And then the New Day defend the SmackDown Live tag. Oh, I mean SmackDown on Fox Tag Team Championships against the Revival. It's gonna be a good match. New Day goes over. Superstar Spotlight. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got?
I will go with MJF. I thought he had a fantastic promo. I liked the promo he did last week, even though nobody saw it. But I thought his promo this week was spectacular.
Let me look through the week that was. Let me see who I want to pick. You know? I think I will go with Seth Rollins. For letting us know that we are terrible human beings for booing the guy that was on our side. Because he's not wrong about anything that he said there. We turned our backs on Seth Rollins for no reason. Really no reason at all. Seth, you know what? We still get along, bro. I understand you. You, me, the AOP, we should go out and have a couple brewskis. Maybe a little CrossFit sesh. I'm just kidding, I'd die. I get you, my guy. I get you, bro. Yeah.
AOP, hold it down.
Hey! Alright, the promo pick of the week. Scott Steiner's math promo from TNA Sacrifice 2008. We've talked about it, but we've never actually picked it as a match pick. I mean, it's a gem, dude. Like, people might consider it a botch, but it's not. It is one of the best pieces of, I don't know, man. I want to call it a performance, but I feel like he was just shooting, you know? Is it up there with the DiCaprio?
Scott Steiner, the greatest mathematician. He's a generational talent when it comes to math.
Dude, like, Albert Einstein, who equals MC squared my ass. If you were half the... Wait, now, how did the math go again? You got a 55% chance of... Oh, my God. I forgot. Because it was so good. Like, I'm not a mathematician. I'm not Scott Steiner, bro. You know what I mean? I wish I was. I really do.
Jordan Grace is a mathematician as well because, that is her father.
Dude, is that really her father? I keep seeing that it's not, but then it is. I keep hearing that's her brother. Like, is this really her dad? I need like a DNA test.
Call up Maury. Make it happen.
Maury Povich? Dude, we should. We really should. All right, Brandon, tell us about our closed match pick of the week.
Well, once again, we're going to be doing it for the memes because if you've been looking at the big dog, Roman Reigns, take it on Baron Corbin, there's only one match that really could suffice all this big dog, and that's been going on. And that is a Kennel from Hell match. It's only happened once. And this one time that happened, it was Unforgiven, September 26, 1999. The Big Boss Man taking on Al Snow. If you do not recall, this is when Big Boss Man took Pepper, poor Pepper, R.I.P., and served her to old Al Snow and made her eat it. And this is where we got the Kennel from Hell match. On paper, it seems cool. You got the blue cage around the ring. You got a bunch of Rottweilers around the ring, and then it's trapped inside a Hell in a Cell. But the only thing is, the dogs didn't really give a ish about it, and they were taking dumps and fighting each other on the ring side area. So there's a reason why this match has never happened again. But I think if there was a time to bring back the Kennel from Hell match, it'd be this week. TLC, Big Dog versus King Corbin. Make it happen.
Wow.
Petition it.
I see. Everybody's talking about dog collar matches. I see what you did there. This is why he's on this show, Alfie Lewis. For moments in time like this. Takes that will last for the rest of time. Oh, we got a late DM slide. Hold on. Are you ready?
I stay ready.
The Nigerian Prince. This guy hasn't emailed us in quite a while. He says... hey, Phillip and Brandon, how do you feel about the number of African-American podcasts and podcasters coming up in the podcast game? We have Phillip of this show, and then we also have the New Day coming up, and then a couple others. Thoughts? I don't know, man. There aren't that many African-American podcasters. I mean, there's me. There's obviously, the New Day now. There's Stat Guy Greg from Peter Rosenberg's Cheap Heat ESPN pod. And then I know the Black Wrestling podcast. I've heard a snippet of those guys' stuff. And then I know of the Black Announce Table. It's like two gentlemen and then a young lady in New York who do that. So those are the only African-American podcasters I know. So we're a very niche community.
Well, Philip, shout out to PW Torch. You know I'm a loyal VIP
Oh,
member.
Rich, my buddy Rich.
Yeah, how can you forget Rich fan?
I
East
love that
Coast
guy.
cast, Travis Bryan. There's some other people, some other African Americans that join that podcast. So shout out to the East Coast cast.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a very niche community. You know, if you want to join me for a Black Power ranking, you let me know. Make all that happen. The Kennel from Hell match. It happened. I never want to watch that thing again. That's all I gotta say, dude. I guess that does it.
Once in a lifetime match.
Generational. Exactly. Alright, I guess that does it. Follow us on Twitter at Bulletcast, Instagram The Bulletcast, YouTube channel The Bulletcast, email us bulletcast2 to the number 2 sweet swet at gmail.com, 99.9 FM KW in Watsonville every Friday night from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Not tonight because we have broken all the rules. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Patreon. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this show. We appreciate you. You're an extended part of the BC family, La Familia. Episode 150. In 50 weeks, that is Thanksgiving week 2020. We're at episode 200. We got to do it bigger, better, and better every single goddamn time. Brandon, I'll talk to you next week. Bulletcast Awards are coming out day after Christmas. That's when we record them. We're going to be talking Wrestler of the Year, Female Wrestler of the Year, Match of the Year, hell, Decade Wrestler. Who's the best wrestler of this decade? We don't know. You're going to find out. All right, this has been the BC, and there's only one real way to sign off. 150, we need to celebrate with...
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. No matter how hard I fall, I'll get back up on my feet. Red alert, this is gonna hurt. When your face is in the dirt, you'll know.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.